It's so funny you say that because I say all the time, the lifestyle that my husband and I live is because we've bought real estate. I'm born and raised into it, so I always
Yes.
believed in it. I started at a very young age in my early 20s. And, in the 12 years that we've been here, we've built quite a portfolio, and we would not have the luxuries that we have if we didn't buy real estate, in my personal opinion.
Which then segues us into topic number 3, secrets of an entrepreneur. So, it's one level of people that, go and look for a job and they work for somebody. It's another one to say, I'm the one that's going to start a business. I'm going to create a business and I'm going to employ people,
Mm-hmm.
takes a lot of kahunas to start your own business. Obviously, you're taking all the risk. You got to be everything to everybody, right? You are the HR department, the marketing department. You're
You
figuring out
are.
how to get clients, how to service them, how to get deals closed, how to get accounting done. You're wearing so many different hats, right?
Yeah.
And for the young professional that sits out there right now and saying, I've thought about this for a long time, and I think I'm very good at what I do. And I could be a chef, I could be an accountant, I could be an engineer, I could be in consulting for real estate, for example. I'm employed by somebody. I get my paycheck every 2 weeks. I'm very happy with that. I have safety, I get my bonuses, I have my vacation. Why should I give that up, jump and bet on myself? What is the secret of being an entrepreneur in this day and age?
I think for me, the reason I did it is just to be of change. I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to be able to sit back, and if things went wrong, it's on me. It's my company. And if things went well, it's on me. It's my company. I would say for a lot of people who are thinking about it, and I say this all the time, it is not easy. It is a lot of work. You need to be prepared to spend a lot of time, majority of your day, every day, 7 days a week, building that business. If you don't want to do that, and if you want to have your evenings and you want to have your weekends, then this probably, especially in the beginning, is not for you. There's so much reward to it. I look at the team and like building a team and working with team members and mentoring them in a sense, and seeing how far they've come as well and what they've learned. And I wouldn't, you have to build. I'm a big believer in there's always people behind you. I can't do what I do if I didn't have the people that I have within my company.
Yes.
And people don't realize that you can't do it all. If you want to grow, you will need to hire staff. It's a huge overhead.
1,000%.
It's a big risk.
You got to spend money to make money. There's no way around it. You can't do it all yourself.
Yeah, you can't. And I think, I came out of it funding it myself, to just, put away money to do it. And, now we're kind of in, year fast forward to, I guess we're in year 3. And, now you're starting to grow. Now you're seeing it. Like the overhead it's not low. It's a lot. And you're sacrificing. I'm not taking really from my company right now. Like I had mentioned earlier, my income and the things that I've been able to afford are because of the properties that I purchased. And thank God I did that from a young age, because that's kind of been able to help me set up my business. But you spend a lot of time and a lot of money on getting it there, but then you start to see the benefits of it, right? And they do come. It's just you have to be able to put in the time, and you have to have the patience.
1,000%. I can't tell you how many businesses I saw that failed within year 1 or year 2 because they wouldn't put the time in. And I tell them to sacrifice. And I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but one day the light bulb goes off. I have young lawyers that just finished articling, and they tell me, at what point do I make it? At what point, am I legitimate? And I tell them, look, for most lawyers, it's somewhere between years 5 to 10. That's the way it is. You have to grind it out, make very little, eat a lot of crap. And then one day it just comes together for you, but not everybody's prepared to do that, And I've seen young lawyers that had a lot of potential, but they didn't have that entrepreneurial spirit. And they're saying, you know what? I want to go work in-house. That's better for me. I'll go work for a company. So I'm not going to have my own clients. I have one client. It's my company, and I'm their lawyer, and they have me at beck and call 24/7.
Yeah.
I said, that's fine and all, and maybe you'll have some perks with that, with a company car or something. What happens when management changes, where the company is not doing so great, or things change, and now there's new president, new VP? What's the first thing they want to do? Clear house.
Yeah.
because you are the lawyer, you're the trusted right-hand person, that you're the voice. They want their own voice. And now what's going to happen? You got to start over. And the only way that doesn't happen to you is if you're on your own. Nobody can fire you except for your clients, you know?
It's true.
So that being said, did you always know, like from a young age, you were going to work for yourself, or is it something you grew into?
No, I always knew. So back in Winnipeg, when I grew up, my father does real estate.
Yes.
And I had always planned, you know, I think I was 10 years old when I dressed as a millionaire real estate agent or something with some feather boa. And like, I had always planned to be in real estate. So
do you have a picture of that you could share with us at some point?
I'll find one. I have one for
Please,
sure.
can you tag me on that one when you find it?
It's me sitting on my parents' fireplace with a feather boa for Halloween. So a little bit dramatic if you can't tell, and since I was a child. But yeah, so I think I always had planned, and I kind of went through the motions. I went through working in management with the restaurant, which I truly believe all my leadership skills came from there. If I didn't have that experience, you know, working with the company that I previously worked for and building the experience there, like everything in my opinion is about working hard and experience. You have to gain experience. So, you know, I grinded it out. Even when I was barely making money, I was working until midnight and getting up and answering calls. And I hear it all the time when people say, oh, this is the one that drives me crazy. And it happens all the time is, well, I don't make money like you. Well, I wasn't always here.
It didn't fall from the sky.
No, I did.
Nobody's
all
just
these
handing
things.
it out to you.
I did all these things well before I was making money. And that is why I'm here now, is because I did all these things and didn't look at things like that and say, well, I don't make money, so I shouldn't have to put in the time. And I think that's where I find, and I always say this to my team, is grind it out, put in the time, because you will see the benefits. If you work hard, you will see the benefits. And, you know, I think that was kind of where I always had planned to go off and do something on my own. I actually thought I would do it a lot earlier, to be honest, when I first moved. But I wanted to make sure that everything was set up, and I wanted to be comfortable with me being on my own, right? And being able to hire and being able to figure out exactly what I want to do and how do I want to differentiate my business in the marketplace. And that was the biggest thing. So that kind of took some time. And that's why the first year I didn't hire anyone. It was just me, because I wanted to get my feet wet and I wanted to understand, what do I want to do differently? What do I like? What do I don't like about the way things are being done, so that I could change that for our company.
Amazing. Well, a big thing you said that resonated with me was, do you want to work 24/7? Do you actually put the time into it? And it's funny because I've been working since I was 13, you know, and I was working at supermarkets, and I went to go work at the Gap and Roots, you know. And when I had those jobs, I was treating it like my own business. Like I gave a shit. Like I was working produce in the supermarket, and I ran it like it's my own department, you know. And I remember my awakening moment was when I was a young lawyer and I was an associate, and we had to give a presentation before our whole firm. It was a smallish type firm. And all the lawyers were in the room, in a boardroom, and we had to present like Dragon's Den and saying how we're going to make the firm better, how we're going to make our practice better, and how we're going to make our department better. And I went up there and I said, the way to make this department better is to put me in charge of the department. I would do a way better job. I'm here 24/7. The clients love me. This is the infrastructure I put into it. And remember, my boss is sitting right across from me, right? He was not very impressed with my presentation, so to speak. But I was being honest, you know? And I thought about this, and it bugged me because when I finished my presentation, I said, you know, I'm saying this now. Are you going to come up here and present to us what your vision for us is? So I've given it to you now, but they didn't, you know, and that bugged me. And I said to myself, if I'm going to be a leader one day, I want to tell my team the vision. I want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear from every single person, not just the lawyers. I want to hear from every single person in the office. What can we do better? How can we improve ourselves? How can we improve the firm? How can we grow our own careers? And then I want to present to them, and I want to give to them the vision of it, you know? And that to me is true collaboration. That's true leadership. And that's why I said, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I think I'm better off doing it myself, you know? But what I learned, like you said, like I have a great partner and David Corman, and, you know, I couldn't do this without him, you know, our collaborative efforts, because we're so different, but you bring different energies. Then 100%. You figure out what are the missing needs, what are the departments, what kind of skill sets you need. And then you find those people, you know, a lot of positions are born from need at the end of the day. And at the end, you have a choice to make. Either you're going to do it all yourself, or you're going to find those people, and you find the right people that take the stress off of you, and then they can leave you to doing other things. You'll be that much more productive. But that's one of the things I find from serial entrepreneurs is they're saying, I do everything myself. I'm every single department. I don't trust anybody. I don't want anybody else. I don't want them to steal my secrets. I don't want this. I don't want that. I tell them, well, then you're either never going to grow or you're never going to have a balanced life. So you got all this money, but you're doing your own accounting at 11:30 at night every single day. That's not living to me. I don't get it.
I think as a leader, you need to be able to, give, like, you want other people to succeed. Like I always say, to be successful, I don't want to be successful by myself. In my opinion, nothing about that excites me. I want my team to do well. I want to see people grow. I want to give them the opportunity if they want it. And if they want to grab it and if they want to work hard for it, I want them to have that opportunity. And I say it all the time, like my COO, she's helped me grow this business. People don't realize, but behind the scenes, she's the boss. Like, don't kid yourself. Like, I would not be able to do the things that I do if I didn't have her, because my weaknesses are her strengths and my strengths are her weaknesses. So we work really well together. And I think as an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur, you need to be able to recognize your weaknesses. You need to know that you cannot do everything. You are not perfect. No one is perfect. And there's going to be people who are better than you. And you need to be able to acknowledge that. We do sit down. So we're trying to start quarterly, but at the end of the year, we always do them, where we sit down and tell the team, these are some amazing things that you did this year that we're really proud of. Do you have feedback for us as a company? What could we do better?
Love it. Thank you for enjoying today's episode of the Chosen Life podcast. Go ahead and hit the subscription button below and the notification bell to catch all of our great shows. And remember to contact the Chosen Lawyers when you are ready for your next real estate and commercial transaction. Go to kormans.ca.